I'm going to be showing you how we booked our client 38 calls in a matter of 2 days with one simple AI bot with an existing list. So let it be known, if you are struggling to book calls, if you are struggling to get qualified calls, if you have a list of people, or if you don't have a list of people, we can talk about that. But if you especially do have a list of people that have not bought from you, booked from you, etc., and you are not texting them, you don't have this sequence set up, then you're probably not getting these calls as you should. And like I said, in this case, I'm going to be going over how we booked in 2 days 38 calls, and how for this client in particular, we're booking hundreds of calls. For us and our clients, we're booking hundreds of calls. If you don't know me already, my name is Jake. I'm the founder and CEO of Adstra. We help SaaS and service companies book a whole boatload of qualified calls using AI and paid advertising the right way. Now, let me dive into it. So this one's going to be pretty quick. I'm going to be showing you exactly what we did. All right, here we go. Okay, so like I said, 38 calls, 38 qualified calls in 2 days. Well, this is actually only about a day. We did book, and we ended up booking more in the 2-day period, or in a 3-day period. And what we did essentially was we stuck a bunch of her leads into the AI bot system, okay, and it spit out a whole boatload of calls within a very short period of time. Okay, so now just understand that this works if you have a list already, and you need to, even if they're cold, even if they're super dry, okay, there's a way to nurture them and get them responding, because SMS is the best at getting responses. And then the bot, what it does is it follows up, and I'll show you how it works in a second. But if you don't have the list, what we do for folks is we advertise for them and then use the AI bot to follow up and book calls. Okay, if you're curious about how that works, you can download the free report in the description. It's one of the first links that shows you exactly how to do it yourself and how to get going. Just understand that we do use Go High Level. If you need Go High Level, download the 14-day free trial with my affiliate link in the description as well. We also use Hyros. So if you want Hyros, that's in the description as well. If you're running ads, if you want it more, better data, if you want to make more money from your ads, use Hyros because it tracks all this stuff. It's very nice, very simple. We can actually see how many people book just from SMS, just from the setter, just from all these different kind of sources, which is really incredible. And like I said, right, if you want to get the system and try to do it yourself, there also is a training program that has it all built out for you. Okay, so I'm not going to be going over the nuance of it on how to build it, all that other stuff, because I do have training that you can purchase. Spend a lot of time doing this, so I do enjoy the fact that folks that pay for it get the value from getting it. Okay, but I'll be showing you how this works. Okay, high level, and then of course you can download some of the free stuff or get the training program below. All right, without further ado, so essentially what we did was we stuck, I think, 1,800 leads into the little SMS system, okay? And this is how it looked, right? So now understand that booking calls with SMS, what we found is it's twofold. Number one, you need to have a message that's going to get them to respond. And then number two is you need to have a messaging training sequence with the AI that's going to actually get them to book. Can't be too many questions, has to be the right questions, has to be trained properly. You have to take care of all the variables, okay? And there's a lot. And that's why I don't just give it away for free, because there's thousands of variables that we've handled and trained. And so if you want that, you can work with us, you can book a call below, or you can download the DIY training below. Just understand you do need Go High Level, so you can get that below as well. But no, this has been tested thousands of times. I've tested this so many, we spent, I don't know how many SMS we sent, well over 200, 300,000. I'm not even sure at this point, probably more than that, okay? And I've tested this to a T in order to get the response, because the first message is going to be the one that warrants the most response, the warmest, right? It's the first, okay? So one that everybody's going to see. After that, they might ignore you, but they're more likely to ignore you after that. So the point is that this first message is key, and I spent 80% of my time fixing this first message. And so how I do it, I spell their name wrong on purpose. Okay, there's a reason for that. Lets them know where we are, who we are, so we're compliant. So you just came in, something kind of light, to get started, because we're getting started here, right? Let it be known we're getting started here. Tell me your motivation for reaching us, reaching out to us, right? Same way that you open up a sales call, it's the most open-ended, nice kind of way to get started on, hey, why did you come in? Why did you download the thing? Why did you come in? Why are you here? Okay, I'm here to help for the next few moments. Okay, so let them know that, hey, I'm here, right? We could chat, right? Text me back. And then a minute later, we send another text. It says, sorry for the typo. This is done and you're a human. You're a real human, correct? Now, people love to correct you. People love to make it true that, yeah, no, of course not, I'm not a bot, right? I'm telling you, this is the 90% of it that makes up for it, because everybody says, yes, I'm a real human, and then they go into it. So in this case, you know, this client here is selling corporate to fractional services, helping folks. It's like a coaching, okay? So it opens up the door, current state, right? What steps have you taken? Agitate a little bit, right? Dreaming, not much. Okay, well now there's a little pain there. There's a little motivation. Understand that you need to deprive the prospect of what they want, because you are most motivated to eat when you're hungry. Ooh, you're most motivated to sleep when you're tired, right? You're most likely to book a call when you need the thing that the call can possibly give you. So you want to deprive them. It sounds crazy. It sounds like manipulation, but it's good manipulation, because of course we do a good thing in this world. We are business owners. We sell things to people to help them out. And so it's incumbent upon us to use psychological tactics to then get people to book a call. Okay, of course. So what have you tried? Essentially, right? More agitation, right? Dream is a great start. Okay. What is your ideal scenario, desired state? Okay. I like to do that. Okay, cool. Boom. Right to the ask. We've been able to help folks do just that. We may be able to possibly help you. Not sure yet. We may be able to possibly help you. Would you be opposed? A little Chris Voss there, right? Didn't say no to say yes. I'm telling you, fellas, letting you know, I've tested this thing to the T, and I have it trained like Chris Voss himself, right? It's really good. Really, really good. So we've been able to folks do just that. So a little social proof, right? We may be able to possibly help you. Takeaway sale. Would you be opposed? Get them to say no, say yes. So then in this case, the woman was thinking about it because of the webinar, and the bot is trained in extraneous kind of externality circumstances. Okay. What stood out for me? You know, what stood out to you about that last session, right? Future pacing. I'm telling you, like this, and that's just trained strategically. The bot didn't have an answer to this question necessarily, and maybe not have seen that question often, because not all of our clients do webinars, right? And so, perfect question though, right? Being the transformation, I don't get that in a corporate job. I hear you. So more pain, okay? Would you be open, right? Sure. Booked. Bingo. So that happened 38 times in 2 days. Now let me be clear, okay? There's going to be objections. What's the price? I don't know if this is for me, etc. Right? The setter, this is for a human setter or an AI setter. You don't want to give information about price, right? We train the bot to say, I get that pricing is important to you, but we don't even know if we can help you yet, right? So would you be opposed to booking a call? Would it be a terrible idea to book a call? I think that's what it says. Another way to be trained it, if you need to loop again, what you say is, yeah, we have packages that range from like, you know, $4 to X amount, right? I don't know which one is good for you. So would it make sense? And if you're a company that only has one thing, then it may be tough. Sorry to say, it may be a little tough. Use the other one. Not even sure if we can help you yet, right? Okay. Now with Hyros, pretty cool. With Hyros, we're able to see, I can look here, okay? And I can look and I can see, all right, what leads touched SMS? And it's not correct because we didn't have the SMS UTM in the beginning. So we did book 38, from the SMS, but we didn't have the UTM source. So if you have a lead rule in Hyros and do UTM source, you'll be able to see all the SMS that you book. And this is how we know for our clients that 41% of all the calls we book come from SMS. That's just a truism. So if you don't have SMS, if you're not texting your leads, you don't have this AI sequence set up. One, you're going to be missing out on leads. Number two is you're going to be missing out on, not just missing out on leads, but you're going to be missing out on 41% of your bookings. Our data is true among everyone, which so far, so good, okay? And so people are a little bit apprehensive towards it, but if you knew that you can have a setter that doesn't take breaks, that doesn't drink coffee, that doesn't do lunch, and can set meetings for you while you're on vacation, while you're sleeping, while you're playing paddle or pickleball, right, or tennis or whatever, safe to say that would be worth it. Right? I mean, I've even had this client even told me that we should be charging just 10K for this bot training, and it's free for a part of our program. So, which is pretty cool. And so let's go to kind of the nuance of the bot here and how it looks. Okay. So you have 4 different sequences as it relates to the bot. You have number 1, new lead sequence. So when a new lead comes in, what happens? This is a 8-month or so nurture of text messages, and it gets spaced out more often the deeper it goes. So like towards the end, it's like every 20 days they'll send a text. In the beginning, it's like every 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and it starts to kind of extrapolate from there. That is this one right here. So let me just figure out how to draw. So it's this one right here. All right, let me do red. Okay, that's this one right here, the new lead. okay? That's when a new one comes in, or you can push it into that, okay, when you want to push old leads into it. Now, we also have the new Reply AI workflow test here, which is how we have the bot training. I'll show you, it's right here. So I'll be showing you that in a second, right? This is the AI bot follow-up. So anybody who responds to the bot, this is a 12-hour time delay. And what it does is it sits and waits for 12 hours. And if they're not booked, it will follow up with them and then push them back to this if they don't respond, because some people don't respond. So this one works in tandem. The trigger here is new lead, or you push it in manually. The trigger here is customer replied. The trigger here is customer replied as well, okay, but it's a 12-hour wait step, okay? And then we have a follow-up sequence that's just like, hey, thoughts? What do you think about this? You there? Kind of thing, like soft reminders. And then anybody who says, hey, go F off, kick rocks, I don't like you, you smell, or whatever, we remove them from the list. So this is just, if they don't use the opt-out language, we still want to remove them from the list on negative intent. Okay, it's about 98% effective. I'm still trying to work that out. But with the new Reply AI workflow test, this is where it is. This also works in IG and Facebook. So my Instagram coaches and all those other people, this works really well for Instagram and Facebook. So for those folks that are setting in the DMs with Facebook and Instagram, right, you won't need to do that if you do this, which is pretty cool. Okay, now in here, you'll see, right, it just checks, are they booked or not? Because if they're booked or sold, then you don't want to continue. They aren't booked, so just a simple tag, right? And you want them to go. And if it's from Reply channel, Instagram, SMS, or we can also add a Facebook one here too. I don't have a lot of clients that do the DM stuff, but the ones that do, okay? And then you have the calendar that's supposed to be set up on, and then you have the personality, okay? And then the additional instructions have way too long for this video. If I pull this down here, it is, I don't know how many words, but it's a whole lot of words, right? I have like variables for when somebody said, oh, the report didn't come into my inbox. I downloaded a report, it didn't come in my inbox. And we send the report link and say, hey, is this the right email? And by the way, what are you looking to do? So it follows up with it. But this is just, when I've seen problems after doing this for a year and a half, after seeing problems, I just kept training it and 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 training. Now for clients, we really only have to change a few things in here, dependent on the business, dependent on the benefits, dependent on their website. Like we have their website into here and we throw in training documents, but let it be known, the psychology behind it and the strategy behind it is dialed already for all of our clients. That's how we know we can predictably book more meetings, which is pretty cool. Okay. And then that's pretty much it. So understand that the reason why this works, it's actually quite simple. You and I, both of us, whoever's watching, right? We open and look at text a lot more frequently than we do emails. We open and look at text a lot more frequently than we pick up the phone, okay? Especially if you're selling to like a Gen Z audience, a younger, I don't know if that's the younger audience, I'm not sure that my generations, but if you are selling to a younger audience, they're very apprehensive about picking up the phone and they probably don't read email, right? You still gotta email them, of course, because some of our clients, we have people booking through email, like, you know, it works, email works, still got email, right? You have to send email sequence, which I could make a video on that if you want. It does work pretty well, but this is the thing, 90-something% open rate, 30-40% reply rate from that first text. It's insane, right? So let me just clear up the end of this here. If you are looking for more qualified meetings and you want guaranteed qualified meetings on your calendar, book a call below. Woo, book a call below. Let me know. It's going to be either me or someone on my team that'll be helping you out to see if it can possibly make sense for you. If it does, we'll show you how the rest of the system works on how we guarantee qualified meetings from stranger to qualified meeting. And so then you can close, how we qualify them, how we get your dream customers, how we target them, and how we use traditional advertising like it was used in direct mail to then use psychological principles to generate and book calls using new AI methods. So it's pretty dang cool. I'm very happy with what we built. If you are looking to do it on your own, there's also a training program below that you can purchase for $27. It's pretty cool. It has everything in here. You just gotta do it yourself. It's hard, not easy. Okay, so just let it be known. All right, I'm not gonna sell you snake oil there. It's everything you need and nothing you don't. It's not easy. Let me be clear. It's not easy, but it has everything you need. And then go high level. You gotta need, you know, you're gonna need to go high level. 14-day free trial in the description below. Other than that, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.